Hello students, today I will be teaching you the method for separating the different constituents present in a mixture. So let's start. This is a separation of mixtures. We learn the different techniques which is used to separate the mixture. First, we should know about sublimation. So what is sublimation? Sublimation is a process in which a substance changes directly from a solid state to its vapor state. Without undergoing the intermediate liquid state. Okay. So sublimation is a process in which a substance changes directly from a solid state to its vapor state without undergoing the intermediate liquid state. Now I am going to give you some examples of it. Some examples of it. A very common example of it is camphor. One example is camphor. So what happens in case of camphor? When we heat a camphor, when we burn a camphor from the solid state directly goes into the vapor state. It doesn't go into the liquid state. Okay. There are some more examples. Okay. Like iodine. There is some substance called naphthalene. Ammonium chloride is also there. These are the substance which changes its state from solid to vapor. So we should not cook the food for a very long time. Means the food should not be overcooked. Why? Because the food contains iodine in it, and when we cook the food for a very long time, this iodine is sublime. It can sublime, so it will show sublimation. It will be evaporated, and we will not get iodine, which is required for our diet. And lack of iodine causes goiter, a disease called goiter in us. So we should not cook the food for a very long time. We should not overcook the food. This was the first process. Now I am telling about the second process, that is centrifugation. What is centrifugation? So centrifugation is a technique. Centrifugation is used to separate two liquids having difference in their densities. It means we can separate a lighter liquid from a heavier liquid by using this centrifugation technique. So there is a tube called centrifuge tube. In that tube we place some liquid. Suppose there are two liquids, one is lighter and one is heavier. A mixture of liquid in which one is lighter, one is heavier. What happens in centrifugation? We rotate the tube. Suppose there is a tube and this tube is rotated. When we rotate the tube, then after some time, the heavier particle will settle down. Means we can see this is the heavier particle and the lighter particle will be above. So this will be heavier particle after some time. What will happen after some time? After some time we will observe that the heavier particle will be downward and the lighter particle will be upward. We can I am telling you an example. When we do centrifugation of milk, So what happens in that case? In centrifugation process, the cream is separated from milk by the use of this technique. Means what happens? We separate cream from milk by the help of centrifugation. Suppose there is a tube. In this tube we are taking milk. Okay. If you take a tube and we place milk in it, so and we do the process of centrifugation, then due to this process what will happen? We'll get milk over here and the cream over here. So we are getting milk over here and we are getting cream over here. After the process of centrifugation, okay, suppose we have taken milk initially over here and then we have done the process of centrifugation, we'll get cream at the top, we'll get milk at the bottom. Why? Because cream is lighter and the milk is heavier. So now I am explaining you the next method of separating the different constituents of a mixture. That is the method of sedimentation. What is sedimentation process? In sedimentation, we suppose there is a liquid placed in a beaker. That liquid contains, this is water and some sand is there. It's a mixture of water and sand. So if we leave it undisturbed for some time, what will happen? After some time, we'll see that the water will be above and the sand particles will be settled down over here. After some time, it may take around 1 hour. Okay, so this process is called sedimentation. Sedimentation is a process in which if we keep a mixture of a solid and a liquid, generally we'll take that type of particle which is insoluble in liquid. If we keep it undisturbed for some time, then that insoluble particle will be settled down. Okay, this is the insoluble particles that will settle down. Okay. This is the insoluble particle that will be settled down and this is your clear water. Now if you pour this water to another vessel, okay, that process is called decantation. Now if you pour this clear water to some another vessel, let us take some another vessel over here and we pour this clear liquid in that vessel. This process is called decantation. Now since this process will take some long time, we can speed up this process by adding alum to it. If we add alum to it, okay, alum, if it is added to it, okay, then the process of sedimentation will be done faster. In order to make the process of sedimentation faster, we need to add alum to it. And this process of adding alum to it so that the process of sedimentation will be faster is called loading. If you add alum to it, then the process is called loading. Okay. In my previous videos, the videos were hazy. Sorry for that. Now I am trying to make it more clear. So after sedimentation, I have explained what is decantation. In decantation, we pour this liquid, this clear liquid, in some another vessel. And if you want to make the process faster, what we need to add? We need to add alum to it. Now, the next part is a very easy part. Okay. So by sedimentation, we can separate the insoluble particle present in water. Now there is one very easy process that is called evaporation. In evaporation, what happens? A liquid changes into vapor state. Okay. So evaporation is a process in which a liquid changes into vapor state. If you want to make this process faster, we need to heat the liquid. Suppose there is a mixture of salt and water. So if you do this process of evaporation, if you evaporate the water, we'll get salt and water individually. So we can separate the salt plus water is generally called sugar solution. So if you make a sugar solution by adding salt to water, and if you do evaporation, suppose we are heating it, so that the process of evaporation will be faster, we can get salt back from the solution of salt. It will be called salt. It will be called a salt solution since there is salt. If there is sugar, it is called sugar solution. Now, a very easy third one is magnetic separation. So, if there is a magnet and non-magnetic substance, suppose there is a mixture containing, suppose iron, mixture of iron plus sulfur. The color of iron is grey, while the color of sulfur is yellow. If you want to separate the components, the different components in this mixture, okay, there are suppose iron filling inside sulfur. So if we bring a magnet near it, what will happen? This magnet will be attracted. This magnet will attract all the different pieces of iron, okay, and the sulfur will be left here. Suppose these are the particles of magnet, it will go near it, okay, and these particles of sulfur which are yellow in color will be separated, and this process is called magnetic separation. And if you have any problem, you can call me on this number. You can call me to make video on the topics in which you are having problem. Thanks for watching the video.